Hey guys, it's Chris from SurviveNnThrive. Today we're going to be covering the Bowline Knot or Bowline Knot. I've heard it pronounced both ways. This is the knot right here, for those of you who don't know. If you do know, it's kind of weird that you're watching this. Anyway, the bowline or Bowline Knot is used to create a loop in a rope that won't slip. Now if you notice, the loop doesn't get any smaller. The rope, no matter how much I tug and pull on this, the rope doesn't get any smaller. Actually, the knot just gets tighter. It doesn't slip. It's also a good survival knot. You can use it for many applications. Obviously, putting a loop in a rope that won't slip, you can use to hang stuff on, like your pack or something, or you can use it to put around the loop in your tent or tarp or something and create a stake place for a stake to hold the tarp down or hold a tent down. Also, there's another knot I'll be covering. It's the same thing, only it's called a one-handed bowline, which is used to tie around your body if you have an immobilized or incapacitated arm at the moment. For survival situations, if someone has to pull you out of a ravine, or they toss you a rope in a river or something, and it just makes a nice fastened loop around you that won't slip, won't give way, so even if you lose grip, you'll stay in that rope. I'll be covering that at the end after I show you how to actually tie the bowline normally. So yeah, we'll just get right into it and I'll show you how to tie it. Okay guys, so today I'm showing you how to tie the bowline. Now the first step is just take your rope, make sure you have a tail end you're using. You're going to want at least one tail end to tie this rope, or this knot should I say. And what you're going to do is, the first thing you're going to do is you want to make a loop in the rope like this. So your tail end that you're tying with, let me make this a little bigger, crosses over the top of the rope. So here's my tail end and the loop I made. So as you can see, crosses over the top of the rest of the rope. So now you have this hole. Now a simple way that I teach some younger people, like kids and stuff, how to tie this knot is using a rabbit, and you calling the tail end of your thing a rabbit. So what happens to tie this knot, the rabbit comes out of the hole, around the tree, so here we are, and then back in its hole. Then once it comes back in its hole, you'll have the tail end, or the rabbit, parallel to this rope right here, making the actual loop in the rope. So what you want to do to tighten this knot is to grab your tail end and the rope it's parallel with, the actual part of the loop, the other side of the loop right here, and the rest of your rope. And what you're going to do is grab those and pull them tight. Just pull them away from each other, and you'll have a knot that looks similar to this, or actually it should look exactly like this. As you can notice, what it will look like when you've actually tied it is you'll have a loop coming around the base of two parallel lines. One will be the tail end you were tying with, and the other will be the outside of the loop right here. So can you see that? Then make sure it's in frame. Okay, so we got our parallel lines with our tail end, our loop crossing here, and a loop going around the rest of our rope. Now here's what it looks like from behind. It almost looks like a sheet bend. I'll be covering that later, a little bit on the back. But don't worry about the back for now. If the front is done properly, like this, then more than likely you have a bowline. Another way to test it is to take the rest of your rope, hold it tight, and grab the loop with one hand and just pull. And if your knot slips, or this loop gets bigger, smaller, whatever, then you've tied it wrong, or it's not tightened properly. So if that happens, undo your rope and start over. So a quick way to untie a bowline, just to make it easier, this loop that comes around the top here, going around the rest of your rope, just take your finger and just push it forward a little bit, and what it will do is create, we'll get rid of the tension in the knot, and you can just slide your tail end back through, and the knot just comes undone. It's a very, very simple way to undo it. Okay, so I'm going to tie this again, just so you can keep watching through without having to rewind to watch how to tie it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our loop and our rope. Now, let me get more tail end. And we're going to create our loop so our tail end crosses over the top, right here. See? Over the top. Now, well, I'm being attacked by mosquitoes. Okay. So now what we're going to do is take our tail end, it's coming over the top, and we're going to come up through the hole right here. I'll try to space this out a little better than I had it last time. Come up through this hole. An easy way to tie this too, just for beginners, is keep the rope over to this side. It keeps it a little easier to distinguish different parts of it. Okay, so then once we have our tail end through the rope, you want to go through the loop. You want to go under this side and over this side, almost like a weave. You're gonna come around the rest of your rope this way, and then you're gonna take your tail end and come back through the loop you came out of. Now once that happens, you grab these two that are parallel, and then this end of the loop and the rest of your rope, and pull it, and you should have a bowline that looks just like that.